station. Be the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Touting my name, touting my style like an energy. I never fall short, I just keep coming. I huff and I snort to the goal, yo. I ain't your friend, ho, I take you down, though. We fight for our rights, this isn't a game. We live for the ride, we're going down in flames. We don't give nothing when nothing is due. In the end when it falls, it's on top of you.
You are now listening to Fresco Matic Radio. Behold.
Yeah! You know what's going on! Look at what I got with me today! Oh! Look hot! Oh, you got my TV! Come, fellas! You know what it is! Look at this! Look at this!
The hard cam,
Look
brother.
at this!
Nice. Camera.
Oh!
Faction.
What's going on?
It's in the building.
What's poppin'? You know him as he is Watson. The power to the building, Action Braxton. I'm myself, the street sweeper, Fresco Matic. This is, of course, the Fresco Show. But we got a special episode for you today because this has been taken over by lights, camera, faction. Man, boys, look at y'all, man. Y'all look good, man. How y'all feeling today, man?
I'm feeling blessed.
Oh, man,
I'm feeling blessed. Can't even lie.
This man looks like $1 million.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. You know how we do, man. We gotta make sure we look good. Look at that, you know. Look at this, man. Look, my man
Straight
here
gold.
drove all the way from Arizona here to get it popping.
Took
You
the
know,
trip, man.
the king of AC.
It was worth it for the fellas.
Look at this, man. Oh, we getting
Yeah.
started, folks. Fellas, let's have a seat, man. Let's get around here. Let's get going, man.
Get to the nitty gritty.
Yo, this looks amazing.
Oh,
By
man.
the way,
Appreciate it.
this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Wonderful.
Oh, all right. Absolutely. Haha. Yes. Behold, you are now in the presence of the fly. And thank you so much for once again joining us on the Fresco Show today. We got a very special episode, as you can see in front of me. My brothers are here with me today.
Yes,
and
sir.
thank you for tuning in. We are live on Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, the Go Live Vegas, and especially download the app as well. And we are everywhere, folks. Let's get it popping, man. Man, how y'all feeling today, man? What's going on with y'all?
I'm damn good, man. I'm damn good.
Absolutely.
Like I said, man, I'm feeling blessed.
Absolutely, man.
Happy
Y'all,
to be here with the fam.
oh, man, it looks good. It looks
Them
good.
boys.
First things first, my co-host, Madam Rice. How are you feeling today?
All right.
I'm feeling good.
All right.
Real
all
good.
right. Excellent. Now, fellas, if you've seen the show before, we started off with a little toast. And since we're all here, I got some drinks right in front of us. Before we get started into the nitty gritty, let's take a shot for the
this
faction.
is a shoot. This is a
all
shoot.
right. This is a shoot. Here we
Oh,
go.
man.
Faction.
Cheers, boys.
And that wingspan came in here.
Take
Here
it
we
to
go.
the head.
All right, yes sir. You know how it goes down, man. So, usually on the Fresco Show, we get started with some news on the fly, and usually my guys come a little bit later, but today, man, I got y'all on here for the entire episode because it just deserves that kind of respect. So be ready I'm asking questions later on for both of you guys. We're going to get into some Action Braxton origins and some Watson origins as well. I pulled up some things, and we're going to talk about them and see exactly what's made y'all the superstar y'all are today.
Yes, sir.
But first things first, news on the fly. Madam Rice, what do we got here?
Savage Mode 2, his debut is huge.
All right, folks. So we're talking about this all weekend. I know I was for sure. We got 21 Savage, Metro Boomin connected on another album.
Yeah.
Savage Mode 2 has been out. We love hip hop. We love music around here.
I have stood by Savage from day one.
There it is.
They thought he was a mumble rapper.
Never that.
With album number 2.
Right.
Go ahead and give it a listen.
Absolutely, man. Braxton, are you a fan of 21 Savage and people like that in the game right now?
I can't say that I've heard too much of 21. I mean, so he has a few songs that I like, but
sure.
I have not listened to this album. I know that Metro Boomin's all over it.
Yeah,
that's the most that I know.
Okay. Yeah,
but he's all right. He's all right.
Yeah, for sure. Watson, man, you drove here listening to most of the album, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that.
Had to throw repeat on a couple of them tracks.
Absolutely. The best song on there is obviously Rich Nigga Shit. You know? So if you listen to that, that's a vibe.
I'm still learning the words.
He
fresh
says,
on the mind.
we be drinking out the bottle.
Drinking out the bottle. COVID be damned. We're drinking out the bottle here, folks. Of course, he's done really well his first week in sales. Sold over 200,000 records, physical albums. That's hard to do in today's age.
That's very hard to do.
That is the equivalent to getting almost a platinum record back from 2005. So, that's really good numbers, especially good DSPs. He's been killing it. This is what happens when you don't become a snitch and don't mess up your own people's, lives by tattletaling and doing that stuff.
Another gem of knowledge.
Another gem.
Morgan Freeman in the flesh.
He brought this in the
will
car.
Tell you the difference between a snitch and a rat.
Exactly.
So, go ahead.
So listen to Morgan Freeman.
Yes, listen to Morgan Freeman.
You know what's funny? Up until he said it, I know Morgan Freeman on the track. I thought it was just some old guy, just you know how rappers just put on something and you're like, okay, cool. They got some cool little speech in between a rap. Okay, that's dope. I'm like, wait, that is Morgan Freeman. What the hell? Yeah, man.
My favorite part about that is that Morgan Freeman was really like, I'll get on 21 Savage's album.
I'll do it.
I'll say some
Gee.
I'll say something for him. I'll say something for him.
Props to Morgan Freeman.
Of course, big shout out to 21. Music like that is good. I feel like music gets so diluted these days with everything being out every week almost, artists kind of coming and going. I feel like it's like a few days when something's popping, then we kind of move on to the next thing. It felt good to kind of feel like, cool, this is a dope album, and I feel it for a while, at least for now. So, big props to that.
And at least nowadays, I feel like when there's a new artist, you gotta at least give him maybe 2-3 years to see if he has the staying power.
That's big.
Because a lot of the artists today don't have the same staying power as they did maybe when we was growing up as young boys. So,
that's true. That's true.
Sure.
Rappers were guaranteed at least, a couple years in the game, 2 or 3. Now, if your hit don't rock.
All you need is a hit on YouTube.
You're out of there.
You need a hit on YouTube and you're on the radio. So
it's quick to get on, it's quick to get off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So rap is definitely at that point now. So we get to see some staying power, like you said. Madam Rice, next topic, please.
NBA Finals.
I know my man Braxton here likes what's going on.
Yes.
So the NBA Finals is going on. If you haven't been under a rock, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers are looking for their 17th championship. They're playing against the Miami Heat. Eddie Guerrero, Miami Heat, playing against the Heat.
I was so confident. I was telling everybody I know, Lakers are going to get the sweep. They're going to get the team wipe. However...
God.
Party foul.
Yeah, Watson too strong. He's
That Mike who Watson was.
That boy Jimmy Butler is nasty.
Oh man,
that's true.
Yeah. He's one of those grimy dudes you see wearing black forces. He don't get no haircut. Yeah. He just playing ball and he just gonna mess you up, man. So Jimmy Butler, one of those dudes you got to respect. You got to put respect on his name. I felt like they were not. I felt like they were definitely not gonna get a sweep. But still pretty interesting so far, man. Braxton, you're a Laker fan, man. How do you feel being back in the finals, after a long 10-year drought, and you're back in it stronger than ever?
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. The Lakers hadn't even made the playoffs.
Oh, man.
Since 2013.
Yeah.
Man. And this man, LeBron, has just took his third team to the finals.
Bro, I had to watch Nick Young.
Swaggy P! Swaggy P!
I had to
Shout out to Swaggy P, man.
I had to watch all of those guys come through and wear that purple and gold and just shit on the legacy that was built. Just completely shit on it. But you know what? I never ever said that I wasn't a Laker guy. I was always a Laker guy, and I always knew that there was gonna be one day where the dynasty came back.
Yeah.
And when LeBron announced that he was coming back to the Lakers, that he was coming to LA, I was like, this is the moment. This is the time.
So let me ask you this, Brax.
Yo.
Hard hitting questions. Because you just said dynasty.
Yo.
Do you think that he got more in him? Are you saying that this isn't the only, not just playoffs, or not just finals, but are you telling me that he's going to win more than one ring in LA?
There is going to
Call
be
it
more than one championship
Y'all
with
heard it
LeBron
here.
James on the LA
right.
From a
Lakers.
straight Lakers fan,
I can see that.
he is predicting LeBron will get multiple rings
I'm
before
calling
he
the
hits
spot,
the
bro.
bed.
Calling the
Many
spot,
rings.
bro.
So,
You know what? That's great for you guys, because I can't really say nothing about it, because we're not going to be winning no championship.
But, hey, man. Hey, shout out to them Sixers. We just got Doc. We stole Doc from my man Fresco. We got Doc Phillips. Let's see how
screw
this roll out.
basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
The Lakers are going to win a championship.
Dramatic.
That's the storyline we're going to get. You know.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice. Congrats in advance, Braxton.
Thank you.
17 championship is, I'm sure, must be nice. All right, Miss Rice, and the last topic of News on the Fly.
NFL recap.
NFL recap, man. You a big football man, my man,
Yeah.
right? All right, so tell me this, man. Your Eagles, they barely survived last night, man. How do you feel about the future of your squad going forward?
Bro.
Because y'all top of the division in a really bad division.
Yes, and I will take that to the grave. I don't care how bad our division is. Look, man, I heard my man Juice say this earlier. Don't matter how many pieces of the pie are on the table. If you got that first piece of the pie, that's still the first piece of the pie. So even though everybody still kind of got bad records, we still up top. We don't need a winning record right now. It's week 4. And the main thing that's dragging us back, all of our starters, more than half of our starters are injured.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
that's true. Everyone.
The main thing right
both hit y'all
now
big.
is staying healthy. We need to get them back on the field, and they need to stay healthy. And since it's early in the season, I usually don't go this route, but we can afford a couple losses.
Yo, you be talking about them like Fresco be talking about the Clippers, bro.
Bro, I will defend the Eagles if they don't
Man,
bro. I don't care.
Hey, well, at least his team got to win a championship once. The Eagles where I was before, up until 2018. Yeah, that's how it rolls. But I'm sure Braxton will be like 7-9. Y'all probably still in the division. That's how it's looking.
We gonna make
that's
it,
that's how it's looking so far for the NFC
Our
East,
record
man.
may be nasty, but we at least making it to the playoffs. all right?
Okay.
We just
okay.
need to deliver there. That's
All right, folks. We're going to take one quick commercial break, but we'll be right back, folks. We're going to go into the origins of Lights, Camera, Faction, starting with my man here, Action Braxton. Keep it locked.
Don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere.
Are you looking for a reliable place to get a haircut? Or is it time for your man to get that shape up? Look no further than Las Vegas's own A1 Barbershop. Located in the heart of the Boulevard Mall to fulfill all of your hair needs. With top-tier barbers such as Slow, artist Cushy Jackson, and Fresco's personal barber Brennan.
All right, folks. Welcome back to the Fresco Show, folks. We're having a good time here live in the studio. We chilling. You know how we get down. I got my brothers with me here. He is Watson's in the building. Action Braxton in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Madam Rice in the building. Don't forget to give us a call here at 702-329-6947. Talk to your boys. Ask us anything. Get involved with the questions. We're here to make it happen. Action Braxton.
Yes, sir.
Man, so, you're a very interesting guy, Braxton, because you got a lot of different talents that you've acquired throughout the years, man. Multi-talented,
man.
If you go to your Instagram, which has like over 7,000 followers on it,
you count it right.
He's got more followers than both of us combined, Watson. But he's social media mogul. I think
we're sitting right now at somewhere like 7,700.
Oh, look at that, man! Braxton Nation is
10K by the end of the year.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
It's high. It's high right now, man. So, man, Braxton, I know that you've wanted to wrestle. But you've been a lot of different things too, man. What got you started into stuff like acting and film? And let us know the curtain on what got you in those type of things as far as the arts and what's got you into like going to Chicago and going to school for that.
Yeah, well, the funniest thing about that is what got me into acting actually was wrestling, because I always was like. I was always sort of like okay mechanically doing the movements in the ring, but the biggest thing that I was like I needed to be larger than life now. I was still in my shell, so to speak, because I was 13, 14 years old, and my first 2 years training, I was learning things, and I was learning the mechanics and learning the motions. But when I turned 15, I was just like, maybe I should take theater.
I see.
Like, maybe taking theater will actually help me to get used to breaking out of my shell.
For sure.
And I
bust that
Wow.
Look at that, man. You in some kind of Tyler Perry play or something.
That's OG Brax.
That's OG Brax right there.
That was a musical. That was a musical in Chicago. That was Once on This Island.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I did theater because I thought it would make me better at being a personality inside the ring. And so I took my first acting class, and the theater teacher was like, this guy, she walked up to me and she was like, I noticed that you're sort of taken to the curriculum. She was like, I wondered if you would be interested in auditioning for our musical.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I'll audition. Sure. Because I didn't have anything else going on. And so I auditioned and I got casted in like a lead role.
Wow. Nice.
And I was like,
top.
whoa, okay.
Wow. That boy.
Cool. But after doing the show, I was like, I actually have two careers now.
Yeah.
After that, because I fell in love with performing music for one, but I fell in love with telling a story on a stage, in the similar way with wrestling in front of a live audience, live reactions, applause,
Yeah.
But something that's sort of different from screen acting, because there's nothing like being in a theater, in an auditorium, and telling a story directly to an audience of people.
Right.
And so that's sort of where my journey with wrestling got complicated, because as I become a senior in high school, I've been doing wrestling and theater both at the same time.
You've been juggling. You've been doing them both.
Right.
Yeah.
I had no time at home. Like I was never home. If I was after school, I was either at training or I was at rehearsal. And I just come back home and I just fall asleep, wake up at 4 a.m. and start all over again.
Yeah.
The grind.
Right back to it.
The
Yeah,
grind.
I know the grind a little too well.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. But once I got to the decision of wanting to go to college, because my parents were like, you're either going to go to college or you need to figure out how you're going to support yourself. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'll go to college. And so I did college auditions for art schools.
Okay.
Because I was like, I don't want to go to university. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
I that just didn't seem right for me, but I knew that art school would probably be a good fit. Nice. So I got accepted to a few schools after auditions, but I ended up going to school in Chicago. Just because, one, I was like, Chicago is probably the best theater city that isn't New York.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
You know
that's
what I
facts.
mean? And not only that, but there's a lot of TV and film that's done out of Chicago. And on a TBH level, Chicago is one of those towns that you hear about as like the city where with that it's a real, you see real people and the realest people.
It's a melting pot.
You know, it's a melting pot.
And like you just
a ton
brought
of
up,
different cultures.
not only does it have some plays, Broadway and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like you said, it also has pretty much a Hollywood element where they
Yes.
film
Yeah.
the movies.
Yeah.
So you got the Broadway of New York, the Hollywood element
Yeah.
of California, molded into one.
All
So,
in
yeah,
one
yeah,
place, all in
for
one
sure.
place. And so the benefit of that was I got to go to school. I got to be in musical like you did, like that picture.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time as I'm doing that stuff, on my weekends, I'm working on Empire. And I'm sharing a set with Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson.
Yo,
and I'm
That's huge.
meeting
Titans.
my heroes. Literally meeting.
Titans.
what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
Literally insane. But while I was doing all that, I also realized I really, really missed wrestling.
Yeah.
Like really, really missed wrestling. So when I left Chicago and actually decided to move back home, wrestling was the only thing on my mind, bro.
I got you, man. Okay, man. So all that, you're very, very diverse, but yet you found a way to kind of make both work kind of for you in your own way. We see you all the time, man. You're definitely a charismatic, more than just a character when we see you on stage. So that makes a lot of sense to see how the acting part and the wrestling part kind of came together to give you Action Braxton.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
And get this man a mic and give him a time limit.
Yeah, that's it.
He will feel it.
He will feel it.
Oh, yeah.
No
For
problem. No problem. This man has gotten Primo Popo cheered. So if that, if that's something, if you can do something like that, we talking real. We talking real, man. So Braxton, you've also been behind it. How was your start in the FSW? I'll let you tell it. You were. How'd you get in FSW from the start?
So I came back home from school, right? Home from school, and I knew that I wanted to be around wrestling, but I wasn't sure that I was ready to wrestle again, because
It's been a
I
minute.
had taken a bump in like 2 years or a year and a half, whatever. So came back, and I just hit up Joe DeFalco, and I was like, hey, man, I've been going to college in Chicago for TV executive producing and studio production. I know that you guys want to start building out a television wrestling production. Can I help you out? And he was just like, yeah, I'll never turn down help. So I just came down. We talked about my skill set. We talked about things that I could do. I met Joey.
Okay.
And they decided that for the first few shows that I would be helping them out, I'd work camera for them. And they were just like, yeah, this guy works camera really, really well, so that'll be your spot. So I worked camera for a while. Lights, camera, Braxton is a shoot.
Man. Yeah.
But it was really I was coming to a time where I was like, what, I didn't get into the wrestling business to be a cameraman.
I got you.
And I just kept feeling that itch because you can only watch people do something that you want to do for so long.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there ringside and I'm watching Chris Bay win the heavyweight title. I'm watching, Jace Battle have his very last match. I'm watching, guys that I really look up to and respect do awesome things in the ring. And I'm like going home after these shows thinking,
we got a caller coming in.
Uh-oh.
Bring him on live. You are live on the Fresco Show. What is your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Steven.
Steven!
And I am here in Las Vegas. And I am a big fan of Lights, Camera, Faction.
Okay. Thank you.
You have a wonderful accent.
You have a wonderful accent.
I almost
by the way.
think I've heard it. I almost think I've heard it somewhere before.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Very familiar.
What's up?
I have a question for the Lights, Camera, Faction.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Who is the leader of the Lights, Camera, Faction?
We are a
What a
unit.
question.
We are a unit. We are absolutely a unit.
This man.
You know what I'm
I can
saying?
confidently say we each bring something different to the table.
Absolutely.
This.
One take.
Because I heard it
you
was
know what I'm
called
saying,
the
star of the show,
Braxton
director.
faction.
Whoa.
What'd he say?
He said he heard it was
He
called
said
the
it was-
Braxton faction.
He said it was called the Braxton faction.
That was for maybe for one episode.
Lies.
That was the first episode.
The devil is
For
a
one
liar.
episode.
That was the first episode, but it's called Lights Camera Faction for a reason. Let me ask you something. Do you have a beef with Lights Camera Faction?
Yeah, that's the real question.
Oh
here.
no, I'm a big fan. I'm a
Big
big fan of Lights Camera Faction. I have to say, the way you all do your thing, you look like dorks, but it's okay. It's very cool.
Okay, now, okay, that's disrespectful. Okay,
that's cool.
all right.
I don't like the disparagement, though.
This man is capping right now.
Oh man, you see, I called his name and he came out.
Well, he reminds me of one Primo Pulpo actually.
Yeah.
Someone who used to be in
now
Lights
there-
Camera.
Oh yeah.
I think
Very
he's a
cool
little bit
character right
salty.
there. You guys are cool, but you're not as cool as Creature Feature.
Let me tell you something about Creature Feature.
Yeah, get Braxton, get him.
Creature
School him.
Feature took the pin at the last FSW show.
What happened? What happened?
I believe they got pinned by Sky High.
Sky High. Yeah. So
And they were talking a lot of trash on that apron.
Yeah.
He almost got this right hand to his nose.
they cost us the match as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I like to see you do that, man. You guys, when you tucked your tails between your legs and you ran for it, okay? So I wouldn't be talking trash if I were you chicken.
Well,
Wah,
since
wah,
we're
wah.
shooting, since we're
That voice change.
Yeah, he got a little.
since we're shooting now, I just want to let you know that we left that match because we wrestle when we want to wrestle, and we didn't want to wrestle with you guys anymore.
Facts.
So we left the match and let you guys handle business, but obviously you guys couldn't get it done without Lights Camera.
And I will
Like
say
normal.
too as well. Let me add to that. Let me pick it back. Y'all lucky that y'all was on the same team as us, or not y'all, but Creature Feature. I'm talking to you. You are lucky you were on the same side of the apron as us, because if not, I mean, look, for future reference, pull up if the price is right. That's all I
Pull
gotta
up.
say, bro.
Pull up. You know where it's at.
If
We
you
the
want the
best
smoke.
thing going at FSW as a trio. That y'all can do whatever
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
want.
okay.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Thank you, Primo, for the call.
Yeah, Thank you,
I
we
appreciate
appreciate
it.
Primo
Have a
Pool.
great
And
show.
we don't miss
Yeah,
you.
I hope it's a
We
great
don't miss
show.
you.
We do
No,
not
we don't
miss
miss
you.
you.
No.
By 24,000
Hey,
views.
hey,
Muchacho.
hey. Right now it's Rocket Power. Right now you're the squid. You know what I'm saying? You're the
that's
squid
rude.
from Rocket
That's
Power. So goodbye.
All
Bye
right.
bye,
squid.
Primo. Thank you.
Bye.
Get him off the line.
Bye bye.
I'm sorry, Braxton. I'm sorry about that, man.
That was
so,
Goodness.
you know, we,
Nervous some people.
Braxton, man. The thing about it is that people like that always get what they need at the end of the day. So, we're gonna move forward, folks. We're back with one more commercial break, and we'll get right into it with He is Watson.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll get into the evolution of Lights, Camera, Faction.
Let's go.
Don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
Are you looking for a reliable place to get a haircut? Or is it time for your man to get that shape up? Look no further than Las Vegas's own A1 Barbershop. Located in the heart of the Boulevard Mall to fulfill all of your hair needs. With top-tier barbers such as Slow, artist Cushy Jackson, and Fresco's personal barber Brennan.
Yes. We are back here feeling fresh as hell. You know how it goes. We jamming out. Don't forget, folks, to call in and ask some more questions unless you're Primo Popo.
Unless you're Primo
Popo. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and the Go Live Vegas, folks. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of the action on the Fresco show. My man Watson.
Yo.
For a lot of folks, they know you as big, strong competitor from Arizona, but let's kind of uncover it a bit more on Watson. Now, I see here, I got pictures up here right now. You the football man.
Yeah.
You know.
And that actually is a decent place to start.
Okay, let's start there, Watson.
I will say I've always been obsessed with wrestling.
Okay,
and
for sure.
And away from the folks to get me away from that, I mean, I played football for 14 years. For
14 years,
and,
so you started early.
Yeah, very early.
Where at?
So early to the fact where back in Philly.
From Philly.
And since I was a little bit bigger than the normal 3 or 4 year old, and I got a brother. Shout out to Devin Watson. We were about 12 months apart.
Okay.
Or 11 months apart. And since we were so close in age, I was so much, I weighed a lot more. I had to, actually play with the next.
The older
next
kids.
Step, the older kids.
Oh man.
So
Classic.
that definitely got me a little gritty as a youngin.
Playing with the older kids,
playing
hitting
with the
harder.
older kids.
Okay.
But since then, love football. Fly Eagles fly. But as far as wrestling goes, it all started back then when I was 4. Saw Jeff Hardy in WrestleMania 2000. I was like, all right, this is what I want to do.
WrestleMania 2000. That's
Yeah.
that's where it started.
Or at least that was the point where I'm like, okay, I'm in love with wrestling.
Okay.
But I remember as a young boy just going to Royal Rumble 2004.
You went there.
Yeah.
You was there.
And seeing Benoit win that Royal Rumble. And I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. Because before I even knew about moves, before the internet community of wrestling exploded, the main thing that drew me into professional wrestling was the pageantry,
Yes, sir.
the showmanship,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. Before I knew what a suplex was, I knew that I wanted to watch wrestling for the entrances, and I wanted to be that guy in the middle of the ring at the Royal Rumble, got the dub, with 20,000 people screaming my name.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's a dream right there. So, when did you start professional wrestling for real, for you?
Let's see, how old was I? I was about 19, 20.
Okay.
Not good with years, but after I left Philly, I moved to Kentucky, and I was at a point pretty much where, I'm not gonna lie, I dropped out of college, Morehead State University, and
Went to Morehead.
I knew that I wanted to wrestle, which I think has a huge effect on why I didn't even go to class. Like I was like, man, I'm not interested in this.
I hear
All
ya.
respect to people who follow through with college. You need to.
College is
it
hard,
takes
man.
discipline for sure.
Absolutely.
But at that point, I was just like, man, I'm doing nothing. I wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of a dumbass, getting into some trouble every now and then. But that's when I came out there to Arizona.
Okay.
And that was pretty much that reset button. I'm like, okay, this is my moment to actually do something different.
For sure.
Football's over. Football's only going to carry you so long unless you go to the league. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to follow my dream.
Nice.
So I went ahead and looked up the closest wrestling school in Arizona. And buried within the little second or third page, I found Arizona Wrestling Federation. So that's where I got my feet up underneath me.
Oh my God.
Speaking of it, my man, keep it one more time of pictures of Watson real quick. Show you some of the timeline. So you went to Arizona Wrestling Federation, correct? And you, from what I seen, you dominated, during that time there. Pictures coming up right now. You see you doing the football, but also I think you done. Damn, look at that short dread Watson.
Damn, ball-headed Watson in the building.
Look at that.
That was before. Y'all see this bun right here. That was before bun status.
So you were an Unleashed champion there?
Yep. Let me see. Yep.
With Philip.
Yep.
Arthur Classic.
Shout out to Pac. Shout out to
put
Philip
you on
Arthur Classic. And Unleashed champions.
And there you go.
Arizona
AWF
heavyweight champion,
champ.
and also AWF heavyweight champion.
Man.
Oh man.
The king of Arizona.
King of Arizona, folks. This is always a treat to have it because look at that double straps right there. You beat a big man in Gallo for that double championship. Mm-hmm. What's going into your mind going into that big title match, title for title with someone like Gallo, part of the Project Body Count? You were rising up at the time, big. What was going through your mind going into that match?
Well, I mean, and I can kind of relate to Braxton here. When I mean, I've done theater, I've done choir, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
sing?
yeah. Pulling shit out
Oh,
the
you-
back pocket.
you can sing?
I'm used to performing, but if anybody out there watching who has performed, y'all know that no matter how many times you do it, you are nervous every
Yep.
single time before you go out there.
Absolutely.
Whether you stepping on that stage or going out to that ring or going out to that football field. So that might have been the most nervous I've been in my career. I will say that right here, right now. Especially Gallo. Gallo has pretty much, he's trained me. He's taught me quite a bit as well as Lawrence Tyler and Dom and stuff. But as far as that match goes, that's one of my, I hold that in high regards. Because that was when, I was able to sit in the middle of that ring. And I told you I had that vision of seeing, as a youngin', seeing somebody in the middle of that ring and having people chant their name. And that was it right there.
That was it.
So, and that was also, 2 or 3 years of hard work that pretty much culminated right there.
Right.
Nice.
And the AWF fans, they since I started there, they pretty much watched me grow, not just as a wrestler, not just as a character, but just as a person, as a human being.
I get you.
That's Prime Watson.
That's
right
dope.
now.
Yeah, look at this. We got Prime Watson with
Prime
us.
Watson.
Look at this. Like what a time, man. You haven't really. And how old are you, by the way?
25.
Man, and you still, and there's so much you haven't even scratched yet. Well, any of us, but especially for you. So that's really dope to hear, man. So you do all this in Arizona. You're getting your name out there. We see you on James Wrestling from Arizona, Hollywood.
Yeah.
What brings you to FSW?
Well, it all started with the seminars. I tell you, I had to get out the mud.
Seminar.
Man. And when they say pay your dues, bro, like so many people, especially in our generation, they don't actually they take a lot of stuff for granted because they see so many people. Nowadays, if you go viral on a wrestling clip, you get bookings off of it. But what the foundation of this business was built off of was making those trips without expecting to be on the show.
Right. Yep.
Showing your face.
Yep.
And putting those miles on your card, taking those sacrifices and stuff. And
big.
And I actually thought about it the other day. Like the first time I've ever walked into FSW, even without being on the show, was about 2 years ago.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And,
wow.
Yeah. And
2 years ago, man.
Yeah. And as far as, I'm starting to see the benefits from it now because the boys
hey,
like the
come on.
And
we hot.
Yeah. As far as, it took me a while to get on the card. And even when I was on the card, I was, just kind of, the people started getting behind me, but still I didn't get a chance to show my personality and whatnot. And when I got with y'all, Lights Camera Faction, that gave me the actual chance to show not just my wrestling skills, because wrestling skills can only get you so far.
Exactly.
People need to get, they need to relate to you as a
person.
Yeah,
the full spiral on it.
Yes, sir.
So, I have loved, FSW since I've been in the building, since
Excellent.
I first walked through. And I feel like for real, I'm pretty much a part of the. I
would say so.
I like to think of myself as an honorary student, man.
Hey, man,
maybe I'm going too far, but
you main roster.
No, you main roster, no doubt.
FSW roster.
Main roster, no doubt.
The FSW roster, official roster. Official roster.
Speaking of which, folks, we will be right back with one more commercial break, and we will get into the faction and the evolution of the company
There's
with
a lot
us.
to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. But we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
Are you looking for a reliable place to get a haircut? Or is it time for your man to get that shape up? Look no further than Las Vegas's own A1 Barbershop. Located in the heart of the Boulevard Mall to fulfill all of your hair needs. With top-tier barbers such as Slow, artist Cushy Jackson, and Fresco's personal barber Brennan.
we having a good time so far tonight on a Monday night here in Las Vegas. I got my boys with me, of course. He is Watson, my man Action Braxton. I got Madam Rice in the cut. We just cooling it, man.
And my mic is on now, so that's great.
The quick guest star. Real quick.
For sure.
The cameo.
Sure. So boys, man, we're gathered here together to talk about the most important thing right now in FSW.
Yes, sir.
And that is the Lights Camera Faction Trio.
Yes, sir.
So, in your own words, how has it been for you guys since teaming up together on a random house show in FSW to what I feel like we're now doing as far as becoming a staple in the Southwest for wrestling, man?
I will say, when you think about where it started, I was used to doing the FSW Classic, the 8-man tags.
The 8-man, the 6-mans, yeah.
So when the stars aligned and they would Joe DeFalco was just like, all right, y'all three with Primo. And even though Primo you disparaged just earlier, if that was you, hypothetically, allegedly, if that was you,
right,
you were such a big part in our building.
True. Absolutely. True.
Yeah, for sure, in our foundation. So, as far as where we came from, looking back at that, maybe that was probably about a year ago or so.
Almost a year. Almost a year.
And looking at
we got Watson. We got a phone call. Bring him on the line. You're live on the Fresco show.
You interrupted me.
With the LCF.
This better be
What's
good.
your name and where you from?
Who is it?
Hey, Fresco, this your boy Javion heading out of North Las Vegas. What's good, bro?
Hey,
Javion
what's going on? How you doing,
What's
Javion? Good to hear from you, man. You're on the line with the faction. What's going on with your brother?
Hey, first off, much respect to all three, y'all. I love what y'all do. I've been watching it for a minute.
For sure. Appreciate it, man. Hell yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man.
So, question I have for all three, y'all.
What's up?
Dream match for all three of y'all. What would be a dream match for you?
As a group or singles?
Group and singles.
Okay.
Okay. Shoot, group. I would probably say for us, man. Shoot, man, any group, really, any tight group. But off the rip, probably SCU.
SCU would be tight.
The Elite.
The Elite would be tight.
Samoan Dynasty.
As far as a group,
yeah.
Give us Hurt Business
or
New Day.
Yes,
and
yes,
that's Samoan Dynasty because we still got some unfinished business. Cepha, get the fam, your brothers, your cousins.
Get them all.
Bring
them on.
Pull up, bro.
Tribal Chief, all of them. What about you, Brax?
Well, there's only one real answer for me, and it's the Samoan Dynasty. Because you had a singles match with Cepha, Watson.
Yeah.
And after that singles match, we jumped him.
Yep. Rightfully so.
He fought all. He gave us a good fight. But the thing is, we told him if we ever saw him again, that it would be the end of the Samoan suck-ass. It would be the end of the problem. It would be the end of Cepha Fatu. And I have not seen Cepha Fatu at FSW.
We haven't seen him since.
I haven't seen him since.
Where you at?
I ain't seen Cepha Fatu since.
Yeah.
So
that's all I'm saying.
Faction wins, baby. Thank you so much, Javion, man. I appreciate you giving us a call, bro. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem. Hey, Fresco.
What's up?
I'm medically cleared now, so if y'all need a fourth member, let me know.
This dude's like 6'9".
6'9"?
Let's go.
He's a 6'9".
We need a big
we
man.
We need a heavy
hitter.
Big boots and sidewalk slams.
We might be giving you a call.
We need some choke slams in there. So
appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
So Braxton, man, like what was your thought process going into it? Because this is kind of your brainchild in a lot of ways with the faction. So what was going through your mind when this became what it is and how it looks now to you?
Guys, what we're doing right now is something that I've been thinking about for a little over a year. Well, definitely over a year because we've been a group for a year. But before it happened, it was something that I was thinking about over a year because I had always... I've been a big fan of factions, just being a fan of wrestling. I always like factions. And so naturally, I always imagined what it would be like if I had a faction.
Yeah.
And if I was a part of a faction. But the thing is, there had been a conversation around FSW about what if there was a faction of brothers, you know, of all of us together.
Yeah.
Because not to interrupt you, bro, I will
Yeah.
say that one of the main reasons why I feel comfortable in the FSW locker room, there's more melanin in that one locker room than there is in the whole state of Arizona.
There is a lot of melanin.
The melanin is thriving.
As Joe DeFalco says,
brothers everywhere.
There are more black wrestlers in FSW than at the Wakanda Wrestling Federation.
Wakanda Wrestling Federation.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda.
But there had been a lot of talk about what if there was a nation type faction at FSW. I'm not sure who was in the conversation about it because it was just whispered about. But what had actually happened was because when I started at FSW, I was initially a babyface.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know.
Damn, I forgot.
That's buried in the network.
Yeah. You gotta find the archives on that.
Not a lot of people know that. I debuted as
alongside
a
the New
babyface.
Jack matches.
And actually got a decent reaction as a babyface.
I can see that.
But the next show, I wrestled someone else. I forgot who it was, and I was getting booed, and I didn't turn in that match, even though I really thought I should have. Yeah. But I just didn't know how to handle it. So after that match, I was talking to Joe, and I was like, "Well, maybe next show, I wrestle heel." And he was like, "All right, yeah, we can do that." And was just despicable. I was just the most nasty guy.
Absolutely.
Just the most nasty heel. Because I knew that that's actually what I wanted to do. Yeah. And so once he realized that I could talk too, he was like, "Well, you talk really well." And he was like, he gave me the old, "Maybe we'll throw 3 jobbers with you."
Yeah.
Right. But I went right back at him and said, "So what you're telling me is you want to make the Braxton faction?" And he was like,
"Bro, week 1, that's what we was running
Week
with."
1.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
was like, "There you go." And so we always joked about who would be in the Braxton faction. So it was weeks and almost a month, of just joking about who would be in the Braxton faction. But I even told him "Yo, I want Fresco, Watson, Estrella, and me."
Wow.
Not a lot of people know that.
Oh,
either.
wow.
Yeah, we waiting on
That's
that.
a curtain opener right
Bring
there.
her in.
She was in the original plot for Lights Camera Faction. But I told him that's the group that I want. And he was like, "Yeah, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't." But there was one show where he wanted to have a 6-man tag, and he wanted to put 3 guys against 3 of his top baby faces. I'm forgetting the matchup, what it was. Mm-hmm. But it was decided that it was going to be the 3 of us against them.
Man.
And I asked Joe if I could have a few seconds on the microphone to say a few words. And we were the Braxton faction, but in that promo, what I said, and I still mean every single word that I said in that promo, that this is a group that is going to change the entire face of FSW.
Big facts.
And I still mean that.
Look at that.
And I believe we cut a promo afterwards, and one of us in that promo, to close the promo out as a catchphrase, we said lights, camera, and we put our fists together and said faction. But I remember it was Watson, after we cut that promo, who said, "Yo, what if we were lights, camera, faction?" And I was like,
Boom.
There it is.
That's the name.
That's
I was
it.
like, that's the name. And so we went to Joe and we're like, "Yo, can we change our name to Lights Camera Faction?" And Joe was with it. So we had been Lights Camera Faction ever since.
Excellent.
Yeah,
man.
I did bring up earlier that like I said, I was just doing, not really having a direction and just pre-matches, multi-man matches, and 8-man tags.
Absolutely.
But when I first showed up to that, to the arena, and Joe's like, "Oh, isn't it the new member of the Braxton faction?" Of course, you take it as a joke.
Yeah.
But that's when that moment when I was like, "Okay,
that's the one time that he was shooting."
Yeah, we about to get down to it. So.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've kind of really taken whatever we've gotten and really turned into big.
Yes.
We've, of course, the thing with Safa, I think I thought that was the most entertaining thing you'd see on the shows on most nights is the stuff that we're involved with Safa. And even
Loudest
afterwards with Eli Quick and Hyper Streak. We killed them off. They're not even tagging no more. So we're looking at that, and during that time I was like, man, like we got a lot of chemistry. Even on that first entrance together.
Yeah.
When me and Watson, not fully known, we're part of a faction all the way.
Yeah.
At least, and then it's like, oh man, like we came out feeling like a unit.
Yeah.
And it was just, Madam Ricewood was there for the first encounter of Lights Camera Faction. She was like, "You guys look good."
Yeah. The natural chemistry is just there.
It's big.
Between you three.
It's big.
I always think back to that show at Sam's Town.
Oh man.
Where of course, a lot of people expected us to just be some regular old run-of-the-mill faction.
Right.
But when it came to that Sam's Town performance, I think that's the time where we actually showed, like, okay, we belong.
Exactly. You look at the three of us. You look at what we all bring to the table. I look at you, Braxton. You're someone who knows how to talk to your audience, savvy on the socials, great on the microphone,
charismatic,
and knows your way around the ring. And Watson, you've already accomplished a lot in your career so far, and you've been able to come into your own and really bring that strength and intensity. And with me, coming out of a tag team before, really trying to find myself and really get the fly, down to a T.
Yeah.
It's always a situation where that happens. And we got one more call coming in, folks. This is
hit that line.
Fresco Show record. You're live on the Fresco Show. Who is this and where are you from?
Is that 3 calls?
Fresco, what up? This is Nino.
Hey,
Nino Black is in the building.
What's going on, Nino Black?
Popped everybody.
Yo,
Nino Black.
This is the first thing I seen. I'm like, hey, yo, this is beautiful. I said, look what God did, y'all.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah, of course, folks. This is Nino Black, FSW superstar.
Yes, sir.
Former tag team champion with Chris Bay.
Yeah.
Back at Future Stars of Wrestling, man. How you feeling, Nino? You back in town?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. Just woke up from my old man nap. I'm getting of age. Hey, I just wanted to call and give y'all a shout out.
Man.
Hey, the menace to society, bro.
Man. Like,
I want to say, check y'all auntie's DMs.
What?
Say that again, Nino.
Check y'all auntie's DMs to see if Nino been in there, bro.
How'd your wives?
Nah, check your mama.
Oh, man.
Check your mama.
Check your mama.
Hey, man, y'all. So what's going on this weekend? Y'all got something planned? Something special planned?
Yeah. We pulling up. We pulling up this weekend to FSW. The unit's gonna be full and fresh. We're gonna be ready for anything that happens.
Pulling up to win, bro. Pulling up to win as always.
As always.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm real proud of y'all.
Hey,
man, we proud of you, man.
We proud of you.
We are proud of you, bro. We believe in you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like it would be inappropriate for a fourth member of Lights Camera Faction.
You know what I'm saying?
Throwing it out there.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out
there. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Hey, knowing the way Joe DeFalco works, man, it's a possibility.
Possibility. Shoot, if we can, we'll have all shades of black here on the faction. Bro.
All colors.
We'll get all the colors together, man.
We got dark chocolate,
beautiful
mocha, caramel.
Beautiful melanin.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'm about to get off this phone on that note.
All right, Nino.
Northtown.
Appreciate it, man. Northtown all day. All right. Man, where were we at?
That's great. That was funny.
Good to hear from Nino, for sure.
Yeah, no. All I was gonna say was that your growth in Lights Camera Faction has been the for me at least the biggest highlight because you in the beginning came from your tag team from before and what experience you would have before them, but getting to see you grow by getting to work in different positions, getting to work in more matches with other people of different experience levels, and actually getting to show what you can do and actually getting more ring time, more minutes on each show, more minutes in the ring. Like that, I was really happy because, man, the biggest thing for me and the reason why I told Joe why I wanted to pick the group the way I wanted to pick the group was because, one, I'm always going to be me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, regardless of whether I have a group or not, when I say that I'm the star of the show, the power to the building, Mr. Box Office Action Braxton, that's a shoot. That's not a character.
You mean that shit.
I wake up like this every day, and I damn sure show out in the ring like this every time I walk out there.
Fire.
But I knew that for Watson, I knew that I wanted to give you something, that I wanted you to actually have something worthwhile out of every time that you make that drive. Because I would watch every time that you had a match, and I'd watch you kill it.
Yeah.
And that's why you were my top draft pick, because I'm like, this dude is a machine. This dude is going to help be a defining member of this faction.
Absolutely.
Thank you, bro.
And I knew that it would be a great position for you because I knew that it would, one, you show up at training literally all the time, and you're putting in the work, and you want to be better, and that it would be a great position for you to grow and develop in. So I knew that the three of us together, especially after that first night, because it's rare that you have a presentation with three people that just is a glove fit.
Right away.
But we were, and I think that like the way even though we weren't positioned necessarily to get over or to be a top dominating force,
right?
We left an impression on people after they saw us.
Absolutely.
And you actually beat me to it, bro. I was gonna wait to save it for the end of the show, but
yeah,
one of my favorite parts of doing this has been watching Fresco come into his own.
Yes, sir. I mean, look at where we're at right now.
Yeah,
look at where we're at right now,
bro.
Appreciate it,
Seeing
man.
where first met him, as far as he was in the tag team with Mano De Niro, Fresco De Niro, and shit, and it's just like, all right, he definitely got some charisma with him.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
And you know, once we was able to bounce off of each other and actually put our personalities in there and seeing. Like every single match, Fresco's getting so much better in the ring, y'all, man.
Damn.
So, yeah, bro, definitely that's been one of my favorite parts of doing is watching you grow as a performer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
That means a lot, man. A lot of times, man, I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing my part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure, I'm doing everything I can to push out, content for both myself and the faction to, time is money, and and I really think that we are like the best like group at FSW, and and we show it every time. So it feels good to have that. Folks, man, I really appreciate y'all coming through, man. It's good. It's good to have brothers.
Joe DeFalco made a lot of factions at the same time.
Yeah,
and we are the only one.
But the tag team division is fat right now.
It's still standing.
Is loaded.
We are the only faction still standing.
Only faction still standing.
Only
we ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. That tag division might be stacked, man, but they ain't got the. If you check all the check marks off, we check all of them off.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's only a matter of time before we get to where we deserve, as far as any here or really anywhere. Because faction, we can be on the road too, and I think now we're building that camaraderie together to do that, so it's been a pleasure growing with you guys. Madam Rice, you got any questions for us before we get into some Fresco's favorites and head out?
I would say no, I don't have any.
All right, Matt, that's it. But while you're at it, Fresco's favorites, just give me the first two real quick, baby.
All right, NXT TakeOver.
NXT TakeOver. Ooh. Did you watch any TakeOver this weekend?
I did peep it, yeah.
Did you catch it this weekend?
I caught bits and pieces.
Man, that Kyle O'Reilly match is off the chain with Finn Balor.
That was the one I did watch, and I did find it interesting also that, bro, Ember Moon's back in the mix.
Hey!
Ember Moon's back in the mix, bro.
Hey, coming back from Achilles injury, that's tough. So, having her back it makes me happy to see her come back and do her stuff. And what else do we got going on?
United Wrestling Primetime Live.
Primetime Live, of course. FSW did sign a deal with United Wrestling Network to have live pay-per-views every Tuesday. That would include FSW Superstars. Yep. Faction's got to get on that, right?
I think that it would only be appropriate.
It's a matter of time.
It would only be a matter of time. I don't know if they're scared or I don't know if they're
What
afraid.
you waiting for?
But lights, camera, faction, all three of us are here right now to tell y'all that we're ready.
Yeah. So, how you doing, Marquez? Good to see you. Hopefully, you see this and you see that. The faction belongs on prime time.
Yeah.
And of course, we are going to FSW television soon.
Yes,
so
sir.
you will see us a lot more on your screens.
My LVTV.
And we will show exactly why we're not just next, we're now. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that is my final meter, folks. It is time for the You in Trouble Now segment. But, you know, and I want y'all to kind of go in on each two. Let's go in on this tag team division because they're all, there's a lot of them in the way. But honestly, they don't stand no chance against the faction. Tell them why.
Because you got the fly Fresco Matic.
That's right.
You got One Take Watson. And you got the best part of the show, the power to the building, Mr. Box Office Action, Braxton. And we are coming for your neck. We're coming for your throat. It doesn't matter if you're creature feature. It doesn't matter if you're, name them off, Fresco.
Oh, it doesn't matter if you're Sky High. Doesn't matter if you're creature feature. Doesn't matter if you're the unguided Suavecitos. You all can get this work. And that's not fact.
Shogun
Or
Kenny
opinion.
King, we coming for you too. Don't
It's
think
the
you over
gospel.
here safe.
That's all the time we have today, folks. For myself, Action Braxton, he is Watson, Madam Rice, I'm the Street Sweeper. We'll see you next week, folks. Lights, camera, faction. Ha ha. Yes, sir.